55% of tech workers are now officially burned out. And the two engineers who made it to the winning side just got their names on Apple's federal lawsuit. Both of those facts landed in the same 7 days. A 6,000-person survey published on July 8th, and Apple versus OpenAI's lawsuit was filed on Friday, July 10th. And together, they proved your career risk is not sitting where you think it is. The tool that's making you faster is the same tool grinding you down every day. Lenny Pachetsky and researcher Noam Segal just ran their second annual survey of 6,000 tech workers. That includes engineers, PMs, designers, the people watching this video. 1 year ago, burnout sat at 44.7%. This year, it went up to 55.7%, 11 points in 12 months. And here's the part that should stop you. The same people reporting record burnout also like the AI. 82% say it's already making them better at their job. This isn't a story about a tool failing. The tool is working. That's not the problem. The problem is the survey asked one question that cuts deeper than all the others. That is, what has AI done to how you see yourself as a professional? Only 3% said nothing. Everyone else picked a side. 49% said it amplified them, that I can do more and better. 27% said redefine. Almost 14% said destabilized, saying I'm not even sure what's mine anymore. And 5% said diminished. So picture your team standing in one room. Half of them are energized. The other half are quietly coming apart with the same tools, with the same company, within the same year. The workforce isn't declining, it's splitting. And at the end of this video, I'm going to walk you through the exact Claude Code skill that builds your provenance record. A dated, get verified log of what you built and what you decided. It's the one document that protects you on either side of the split, and you can build it this week with tools you already have on your machine installed. But you need to see what's coming first, because the winning side of this split has a cost nobody is pricing in. The survey asked everyone, would you recommend your own career to somebody starting out? Senior and staff engineers, the people who survived every single layoff wave that we've covered on this channel, scored -49. The most negative number in the entire dataset. VPs, -23. Founders, -5. The higher someone climbed, the better ladder got. And at the people standing on the middle of that ladder are turning around and telling the people below them, don't start. 53% of tech workers would steer a newcomer away from their own role. But here's the twist inside that twist. Many of them said that while also saying they're optimistic about their own future. Okay, I'm fine, but you shouldn't come. Your mid-career anxiety isn't you being dramatic. It's the majority position of the people out there on the ladder today. The survey asked what people actually fear about AI. The fears that dominated were being expected to do more for the same pay, getting trapped in a pace you cannot sustain, watching the quality of your own work slide, and the quiet one is skill atrophy. The feeling that the muscle that made you a senior engineer is thinning day by day while the models is getting stronger and stronger. Think about what that means for you. The entire AI anxiety economy, the headlines, the LinkedIn post, half the videos in your feed on YouTube are aimed at the same thing, the pink slip. The workforce itself is telling you the pink slip is the 5th scariest thing on their list. The real threat has no announcement date. No one schedules a meeting to tell you your pace became unsustainable. It arrives as one more quick AI-assisted deliverable per week, every week, until the 44.7% becomes the 55.7%. So the question stops being, will AI replace me? The data retires that question altogether. The real new question is, can you prove what's yours when you're working with AI? Your judgment, your decisions, your actual value. Hold that question, because one company Just answer that question in the most aggressive way possible. On Friday, July 10th, Apple filed a 41-page lawsuit at federal court in Northern California against OpenAI, against its hardware company, IO Products, and against Tan and Liu personally. Not just their employer, their names were on that lawsuit. Hank Tan spent years at Apple as vice president of product and design for iPhone and Apple Watch. Chang Liu, 8 years as a senior electrical engineer. They left for OpenAI, where Tan is now chief hardware officer, building Sam Altman's secret device. According to the complaint, Tan emailed himself Apple supplier files before he left. Liu already kept his Apple laptop and used it to download confidential documents. Apple says Tan used internal Apple code names even in job interviews to pull more secrets out of candidates. And one message coded in the filing from someone who found an open door into Apple's network storage is, "Liu, I found out I can access the network storage." So funny. That message is now evidence in federal court. And this is the part that touches you specifically. Routine forensics, server logs, company laptop communications. The same quiet logging every large employer runs on every machine, including the one you're reading Slack on right now. Apple didn't hire spies. It read its own logs, and the complaint says over 400 former Apple employees now work at OpenAI. 400. And Apple just sent every single one of those 400 people a message. What's in your head is our property, and we kept the receipts. That is the price on the Amplify side of the split. You become valuable enough to poach and valuable enough to sue. Apple could have sued OpenAI alone, but why name two humans and why now? There are 3 motives under that. One is timing. OpenAI's hardware device is expected within months. Apple is asking for a preliminary injunction, a court order that would freeze OpenAI's use of anything Apple. You don't need to win the case to win the year. You just need the freeze. 2. Leverage. OpenAI is heading towards a massive public listing IPO. A company about to sell shares to the public cannot afford an open federal case saying its hardware program was built on stolen designs. Every month this case exists, it costs OpenAI more than it costs Apple. 3. And this is the one aimed at you. The name Suing the company is business as usual. Suing the engineers is a broadcast. Apple lost 400 people, right, to OpenAI and couldn't stop a single one of them. California barely enforces non-compete employment. So Apple built the next best thing that it can, fear. Every senior engineer weighing a rival's offer this morning at Apple now knows the exit interview isn't really the end of the relationship with Apple, which brings us back to the survey's real question. On a battlefield where the squeeze erodes what's yours and your employer claims what's in your head, can you prove which is which? Yes, you can. Tonight, I'm going to show you. The expert move is skill that reads your actual Git history and builds a dated record. Skills are basically a folder with one instruction file, and Claude loads the skill on its own, walks the Git log, the commits, all of the merges, the PRs, and starts writing. 10 minutes later, 12 months of work, all dated logs sourced to real commits with every entry split into what's mine and what's theirs. This document keeps score of your decisions and accomplishments. And if you ever take the amplified path out the door, it's the clean line between the craft you carry and the secrets you don't. Don't let the next corporate update be a surprise to you. Hit subscribe button now so you're the first to know. And as a thank you, meet my dog, Kaden, with 0 AI anxiety and 100% job security. So I ran the proven skill on my own career. Turns out my most defensible in contributions is that in the server logs proves I was in meetings the whole time. Now that you know, Apple built its whole case from server logs and a company laptop, you need to see this next video where Apple turned employee keystrokes into a replacement pipeline. You need to watch this next video.